Hello, welcome back to the channel. We are doing a worm bin today. So today we are moving the worms outside. They've been inside for 1.5 years in a small tote, and we're moving them out into an extra bathtub we acquired during the building process, but we ended up getting another one, so we don't need it anymore. So we're gonna bring it up here. This is like the compost area, the tentative compost area. It's compost slash storage slash window slash everything else. As you can see, we're gonna bring it up here. You can see another laundry sink. That's gonna be a worm bin as well at some point. And then we have leaf mold pile, compost pile, compost pile. These compost piles have to be turned, added nitrogen, but we're waiting for a good growth on our lawn to be able to do that. This was our shower when we bought the house, see. So you would connect propane to this and set your water temperature, and then we would run water through the little thing. That's where my clamp went. So I have it clamped to the roof, and then we would shower under here. And we'd pull the water from the water storage right here. So that would come off the shed, and that was our shower last year. Anyway, so today we are gonna move this bathtub up here, and we're gonna fill it. Now, I would estimate probably about 6,000 worms in the worm bin. My plan was to harvest that worm bin and get all the castings out of it before I moved it up, but we got in a bit of a bind with it because I had to leave it here over the winter in the heated room. So we got in a bit of a bind with it where I just didn't want it to go anaerobic. So I ended up coming up and just throwing in a bunch of extra like carbon material. We actually used recycled paper that you would put in, you know, a hamster cage or a rabbit cage or something like that. Now none of it's broken down. So I'm just going to basically dump it and hopefully give them some vegetables or some fruit that we have laying around. We don't have a lot just because we don't even have a kitchen yet. There's a lot of worm tea. In the bottom of the bin that I have them in right now. So I want to get them out of there before that kind of floods up and makes it an anaerobic environment. But the bugs are atrocious. They're just absolutely everywhere. Kayla had a big allergic reaction to them yesterday, so I'm gonna go apply some bug spray, and then we can take, once Kayla's done doing what she's doing, and I need her help, obviously I can't carry that up there by myself, so once she's done we'll move that up and we'll get going. All I'm doing with cardboard is ripping it just this way so I can fold it out, and then laying it on the bottom and just kind of pressing it into the corners. The only thing it's for is to stop worms from escaping through the drainage holes. And the drainage holes, I want it sloped this way because I don't really care about keeping the worm tea at this point. It's sloped this way so that the worm tea will drain out of the drainage hole naturally, and it'll stay an aerobic environment rather than anaerobic. Now I'm anticipating losing some worms. Obviously some are gonna make it out because there's cracks between the flaps. But with how large this bathtub is and how much food we're gonna be giving them, the population will multiply enough that it won't really matter. I want to put them more towards the back just because that's the spot that's angled up. So I want the weight of it to kind of press the cardboard in. When I dump them, all the worms are going to be at the bottom of this bin. So naturally when I flip it, they're all going to be at the top. So there should be a whole whack of worms and they should lose their mind because they don't like sunlight, so they'll try to bury themselves as quickly as possible. This isn't the ideal way to transfer this, but yeah, see all the worms over here? So that's inside the avocado skin. You can see these are there's another avocado skin here. But this is the green is the bedding for the bunnies and the hamsters that we used. But if I open that up, you can see how many are in there as well. They're everywhere. There's a bunch and some more avocados. They really like burying themselves in these avocados. More avocados. I don't think I'm going to put the skins in here anymore, to be honest. They don't seem to be breaking down like they enjoy being inside of them. But they take forever. Some of those are probably 6 or 8 months old. Now there is going to be bugs in here naturally because it's outside now. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. But with the size of the bed and the amount of fruit and vegetables I'm able to put in now with the carbon material, then it should be more beneficial for the worms. Right now, they have a ton of food in here. There's still corn cobs and things they can pick at. So I'm just gonna throw 2 bananas in, throw those in, and then I'm just gonna cover it up. And I'm gonna have to get a blanket or something that I can actually contour to the shape of the bed so that I can keep all these black flies out of here. So we'll get this. There's still some worms in here. I'm just kind of using the castings to scrape them off the side so I don't hurt anything. I'm just gonna take a bunch of the leaves and just lay it over top just to give them some sort of cover from sun, and then I'll take a piece of plywood and lay the plywood over top until I can get a blanket or something along those lines to just lay and contour in. Just basically trying to create an environment for them to hide from the sun, and I can pull this back when I need to feed them. I can just kind of come in and spread it until I get down to dirt, dump whatever they need in, and they'll be all right. And then all I need to do, when I have a piece of plywood that'll fit, and I'll just lay that over top, and then that'll be good to go. I'll harvest them in the fall. Maybe grab some castings in between now and then, but I'm gonna leave them to process all that down because a lot of that stuff isn't broken down yet, and it's been in there for quite a while. It'll be good to go. When it comes to winter, I'll make sure that I can harvest all the castings and then bring them back inside, or I'll have, you know, we have a little shed up here, and we are hoping to be able to build a shed over here in the next little while. So we will probably move them in there.
The worms have a nicer house than we do.
See, they're coming up now because the bananas are here.
Yeah, just happy they're out of my house. Yeah.
For now, they'll be back in your house in a few months.
No, they're not. They can have their own luxury bunkie on the property somewhere. They're not coming back in my house.
Their luxury bunkie is located in the garage, which is located in the house.
That's not gonna happen. Bugs are not my friend. It's like a worm mansion.
No, it's like a worm bathtub.
But to a worm, that's like a mansion, though.
I would think just Earth would be a mansion. This is quite a bit smaller than Earth.
What do you gotta do next?
Fill it with food.
Sweet. Looks good.
So
Good job.
Give the old bicep flex again for Jake.
I'll even help you lock the little
Oh.
wigglers in.
You need to get in the gym more.
I don't know.
Maybe.